All right, so I just finished reading the preface for Crazy Love by Francis Chan, and here's a quote from the book that stuck out for me. It is, "We're going to look at how the Bible calls us to live our lives. It's important that we not measure our spiritual health by the people around us who are pretty much like us." And I really vibe with that because I tend to do that, and I feel that everyone pretty much does that. Actually, it's like we compare ourselves to other people, and it's like, okay, I'm better than them, or they're better than me. And it's just like it either makes us prideful or feel really depressed. So, for me, like, some days I would just be on a real high spiritually, just like God speaking to me, rolling in the deep and everything. And then other days, kind of like today, I'm just like, what in the world, God? What is going on? Or I wind up doing something I shouldn't have done, and then I just feel guilty. And so instead of just looking to God and just like resting, like repenting and being okay, or just asking God to help, instead I'll look at someone else and be like, well, at least I'm not as bad as her. Or I'll turn and look at another person and be like, at least I'm not as bad as them. Well, I mean, at least they're better than not. Take that back. I'll say, at least I'm not as bad as her. Or I'll look at someone around me and I'll be like, well, they're in the same position, so maybe I'm okay. Well, in that last example, it's like, when you feel like you're not in a good place, but you still know all the, I guess they call it a desert experience. So you know God's there, but you're just like kind of wandering around, and um and so you know all the right things to do and the right things to say. You can encourage somebody else, but it's just like for yourself, it's just like, what in the world? So when you get around church people, well, I'll say Christians or even church people, you just like, the right things to say, the verses, the quotes, the authors, the blah blah blahs, and the good things that you heard, and everyone thinks you're okay when you're not. And so if I'm like that, God knows. I'm not saying like I'm just above being like that. I'm just saying if I'm doing that and it looks like I'm okay, then everyone else could possibly be doing the same thing. We're just a big group of flodges meeting together, pretending like we have it together. And so we can't, like he said, we can't measure our spiritual health compared to people that are around us, because they're usually people like us. Like, people that are around us are usually, yeah, you know what I'm saying, they're not, I guess they're not a good standard. And in any event, even if they were just like super, I mean, first of all, yeah, it doesn't matter, because that's not how God measures us. He doesn't compare us. He doesn't just like randomly pick people as a crowd. Okay, you versus you better. That's not how it works. So like the standard is the Bible, what the Bible says, like how our spiritual health should be. And for most, it should be what makes you really spiritually healthy is having a relationship with Christ. And so if you don't have that, and you think you're healthy because you're reading the Bible and you go to church and Bible studies and all your friends are Christian and you listen to Bethel music, I love them. You know what I'm saying? That doesn't mean anything if you don't have a relationship with God. You're just doing all those things to kind of avoid actually sitting down and talking to God and telling him, okay, I'm kind of struggling right now. Instead, you just want to, for example, let me see. Suppose, oh, I got a good example, I think. So you have a heart issue, you know what I'm saying? Like, you need a heart surgery. And so, you're not supposed to just work it out loud, but you're just like, okay, well, I'm going to eat healthier and I'm going to jog and I'm not going to go to scary movies and all this other stuff. And you're just like, okay, this should make me better. But the real issue is just like, you need a friggin', what do they call it? Bypass? Whatever you do when you got to get your heart fixed or whatever. Like, you need a heart transplant. I don't know. Maybe that wasn't a good analogy. But y'all get what I'm saying. Like, you doing all that other stuff is not going to help you when you actually need a new heart. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's good. That's good that you're running and you're exercising and you're eating better and everything. But you kind of screwed up a long time ago. And it's time for you to get a replacement or get your pipes cleaned or whatever. So that's what we tend to do. But if we get our minds right and just stop looking at other people and saying I'm better than them or I'm worse than them, and we just focus on getting right with Jesus and reading the Bible and seeing that as a way to, but not seeing it, knowing that that is a way to help us get into a deeper and more meaningful relationship with Christ, instead of using it to just better our lives, our spiritual health, as we would call it, in the eyes of others, we would be doing so much better. So I really like that quote. I think this book is going to be good. I know I said in the video before this, I want to read this book. And it wasn't because I had anything against this book. It's just that I was like, I'm tired of reading. But I don't know. Maybe it was Providence that told me to pull that, well, not told me, but caused me to pull this out of the jar, because I don't know. This could be good for me. Francis Chan, Crazy Love. Check it out from the library if they have it. I don't know. I got it digitally, so it's on my iPad that I'm currently recording with. And I'm about to dip. Y'all have any comments, questions, comments, concerns? I really can't answer them. I'm not going to respond. It's fine. I can't tell you anything else because I only read the preface. Good day, sir.